Flip man, it's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.
Boom. Good morning, good afternoon. Flip Man's Daily Live, wholesaling real estate without using your cash or credit, aka Fliptainment. If you want to join us live, get pushed to the front of the line, ask a question on the live stream. Just go to flippanard.com and we'll get you on. If you want your properties comped, you want to know what the ARV is, having trouble with that, you can submit it to comps101.com and we'll do that for free as of today. The CRM, if you need a CRM, customer relationship management system to manage your leads, manage your deals, create follow-up, turns into deals, returns into checks, returns into smiles, and people knowing your name at the bank. Hello. Boom. Without looking up your account. YouTube search Flipman CRM. Make sure you hammer to like this, the thumb, the thing that looks like this, hammer it, share this. YouTube search, well, if you want a copy of the contract that I've been using since 2003, been giving it away for free since 2008, YouTube search Flipman 2021 contract. If you want to partner with me because you need a cash buyer for a property that you have, number one, under contract. Number two, it's off market. That should be number four. You're dealing directly with the owner, great deal, and it's off market, which is my definition of off market. If I Google the address, it's not for sale anywhere on the internet. Submit to what you see on my shirt. Dilapidated.com. Dilapidated.com. What else we got? I think that's it. So we're here open to questions. Huh? I've already said that, yep. But I will repeat it. Go to flippanard.com if you want to ask your questions live and get pushed to the front of the line.
All right, the first question is on Instagram. Does your method work virtually?
Yeah, it's wholesaling. Yes, you just need boots on the ground, someone to represent your interests. Another wholesaler, friend or family member, real estate agent, need to network with someone to do the, did I put it on the thing? It's spinning on my side. Okay. Yeah, I did, we good, should be good. Good over there. Okay, it's back.
All right, well, it just kept pausing, but
okay. Yeah.
Okay, this is also on Instagram. Once I assign my deal to a buyer, that's when I and the prospect get paid?
Well, technically, yeah, but you still go through the closing process, and then that's when you get paid, when the seller gets paid. So,
is it possible to use Google Drive to find abandoned, boarded up properties?
Google Drive? Maybe Google Earth or Google Maps?
Google Drive.
But I don't think Google Drive. If so, educate me. I don't know everything.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Ray Charles from YouTube said, "Yo, Flip, can I buy a house or can I get a house under contract right now without a DBA or LLC?"
Yeah, you can. Is the internet down on this house? They good here?
Right now, but it kept going out. Is it doing that?
Yeah, it's doing it over here too.
On Instagram.
Okay. But yeah, you could do it in your name. After a first deal, you may want to create an LLC or an entity to do business in because you are actually in a business. So yeah.
You said Google Maps. Yes, sorry, not doing it.
Yes, ain't.
All right, everybody's just saying hello. Marcus Jackson said, "Are you in Florida?" No, we're not.
No, I am in Birmingham, Alabama. It's spelled Birmingham.
Okay. All right. Al Wembley from Facebook said, what's a good contract to use when it comes to subject to deals?
Well, to initiate the transaction, just a normal purchase and sales agreement, maybe an addendum to explain what the terms are going to be, but the actual deal itself is a total, put the deal together, to actually transact the deal is different paperwork or whatever. But that's what a title company or a closing attorney would handle for you, or you can get one of those do-it-yourself kits, which I don't advise.
Okay, Brandon Collins from YouTube said, what contract do you use to cancel the deal if you can't find a buyer?
Technically, you can just send them an email. Or you can just Google search cancellation of real estate agreement or mutual release agreement. Mutual release agreement for real estate.
All right, this is the first question on TikTok. How do you start the phone calls from the seller to the buyer?
From the seller to the buyer. That wouldn't, I don't.
I guess
Yeah, be a
talking
little.
to the seller and then I guess talking to the buyer.
Okay, well, it depends on how the conversation started with the seller. Number one, did you call them? Did they call you? You know, then with the buyer, and did you call them? Did they call you or whatever? It just depends. You got to sort of give me some context here. That's the right word?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, this is also on TikTok. Where do you get your contract?
Huh?
Where do you get your contract?
Huh? Oh.
Oh.
YouTube search Flipman 2021 contract. That video is going to it's going to be beyond just telling you how to access it for free. It will also tell you how to fill it out show you how to fill it out for sellers, how to fill it out for cash buyers, and how to get it signed quickly with just a few click, click, click.
All right, this is on Instagram. Will it cost me to back out of a contract?
Your earnest money, you could lose your earnest money deposit if you're outside of your due diligence period.
All right. This person's on Instagram. Their budget for their business is $40K. Should they get their VA to do the cold calling?
What? They got a $40K budget.
My budget for the business is $40K. What?
He has a starting off budget of $40,000. That's $40,000. You ain't in the South. $40,000, right?
Yes.
I'm laughing because normally when I'm talking in terms of getting started, I'm either talking from $0 to a few $100s, right? So if you got a starting budget of $40,000, hold your horses. You need to, you have the opportunity. You can take the slow way and educate yourself, but you need to actually invest some of that money into some education to speed up the process so you don't blow through that $40,000. Now, obviously, I give away free content and you can take advantage of all of it and never have to spend a dime on any of it because you're here asking questions, and I do answer questions through my YouTube channel. If you post them on any of my YouTube videos, nearly 600 now, I answer those on a daily basis for the most part. But since you have that war chest, you could get actual one-on-one coaching from me. I ain't the only game in town, but I'm probably one of the few that you can actually deal with on a daily basis if needed or whatever. Because what'll happen is you'll mess around, get into one of these coaching programs that costs $20,000, right? And that'll go half your money, and you didn't really need to spend that kind of money or anything close to that or whatever to get educated. And you still won't deal with the person that's being promoted one-on-one or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So not saying what I have is better. I just know what I offer is rare or whatever, because you're going to deal directly with the person that's talking to you now or whatever. But again, you don't even have to do that. You can just take advantage of it. Set yourself a 1 to 2 month goal. Go through my YouTube videos and you'll know what to do. You'll know how to spend that money. You asked a question about VA. You don't need to worry about a VA until you actually know what you're doing, right? Because now you can't. you can't communicate it to them. You need to have some success actually closing some deals or whatever. Then now you can put in a system in place where people can duplicate your efforts. Well, I know it sounds good. You hear all this stuff, get you a VA and the sky just gonna open up. No, that's la land. You're being wasted money. You need to have some success, close some deals, and then you can show them to duplicate your efforts. That's ideally how it needs to go or whatever. So.
All right, this is on Instagram.
All the case starting, man. That's what's up.
Yeah. All right, this is on Instagram. Is it a good idea to go for tax lien or pre-foreclosure?
Well, what just depends on. If you're talking about wholesaling real estate, both of those are potential motivated sellers. So yeah, those could be potential leads. But just because someone is in pre-foreclosure doesn't mean they're going to want to sell and sell at the price that works for you. And just because someone has a tax lien doesn't mean they want to sell and sell at the price that works for you. But again, those can be potential leads for motivated sellers. If I had to choose between the two, I would choose tax liens because normally, I ain't gonna say normally, in a lot of situations, they don't owe anything but the taxes on it. And that's minor to what the value of the property may be or whatever, so.
All right, Lee Swearingen from YouTube said, what do you feel about reverse wholesaling? Great info from you every time.
Well, if I'm understanding what you're saying, reverse wholesaling, you mean in basically finding buyers and then go matching what they want. Well, that's basically what you're doing anyway, regardless. It's just a dressed up name to make it sound better. Same thing. That's what you're always really doing, regardless. You still got to find a great deal. I don't care how strong your buyers list is, you still got to find great deals, period.
All right, this one's from D'Angelo Cox from YouTube. He said, you said it 1,000 times, Unc. I love that they call you Unc.
I don't like that. I spend a lot of time.
It's because they're familiar with you.
I spend a lot of time and effort and money to brand the name Flipman. We need to continue to use Flipman.
Unc is personable.
Flipman.
Anyway, he said, you said it 1,000 times, Flipman. Before the assignment contract, should I use one for the seller and one for the buyer? I'm dyslexic, LOL.
Me too.
Right?
But if you notice, I never say assignment contract. I say purchase and sales agreement. And you are paid an assignment fee for the difference of those two purchase and sales agreements. Now, you can use assignment contracts, but you're not using, if you did it that way, you would still have a purchase and sales agreement with the seller and assignment contract with the buyer. Again, I don't do it that way. I don't want them to negotiate my assignment fee openly. They are negotiating when they're negotiating the price, but they don't know what I have in the contract with the seller for. I could have it on the contract with the seller for $1, and I'm trying to wholesale it for $70,000. You know what I'm saying? So.
All right, this one came from Know Thyself on YouTube.
But let me okay. before I go on for. But if I'm saying giving them an assignment amount of $70,000, then they're going to negotiate $70,000. You know what I'm saying? They negotiate my fee. The $70,000 price may work for them. You know what I'm saying? But the $70,000 assignment fee may not work. They may say, "Oh, I think you only should make $10,000." You know what I'm saying? So, no, I'm gonna give you a price. That price works for you. Whatever I make in between the two contracts is mine. Period. Go ahead.
All right, so Know Thyself said, hey, Ty, there's a property I just found out about. It looks to be an inheritance. Asking price is $25K, little to no repairs, about $5K. ARV is $180K.
Ooh.
Is asking a buyer for $80 to $85K a good deal?
If what you say, it's a smoking deal.
Yeah.
For you and them. If your numbers are what you say they are, yeah, that's an unbelievable deal. That's an all-timer.
Okay. This one
for
came
that
from
price range.
This one came from Precious Bradford on YouTube. They said, how do you get the leads like for divorces and such that? I thank you for the content you give, value on value.
Thank you for watching. Hopefully it does really help. How do you get leads like for divorce and such like that? I think, okay. Well, I don't know. Each county is going to be different on what, if that information is public, like people that are going through a divorce or not. So that may be a list that you can access for free through your county, courthouse or whatever. But on my shirt, Dilapidated.com, if you look up Flipman Real Estate Tool, that video will explain how to build list. Also, if you look up text to flip, right, that video shows you how to build list for texting, for cold calling, for direct mail, whatever. So,
All right.
and you can build a divorce list is the point of why I'm saying that.
All right, this is on Instagram. I know you don't like to spill the tea in regards to bandit sign placement, but if you don't see any, if I don't see any in my area, should I still attempt it?
You could test a few, but normally when you say in your area, do you mean like in the neighborhood you live in? Because a lot of times you may have to get outside. We have to get outside of our comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? So, drive beyond where you live, but you're still in the same city. Basically, you have to get outside your comfort zone to see where signs do exist.
All right, this is on TikTok. They messed up cold calling. I need help learning how to talk to sellers. Any advice?
They messed up cold calling?
I guess when they tried to cold call, they kind of messed up. Now they want to.
No, you try again. You keep going. You keep going. When you say cold calling, how many people did you call? That's.
I think he's talking. I think that's what he meant because he was referring to somebody that said something earlier.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, he just making a statement.
He was asking for any advice. When
okay. Yeah. How many people have you called? Well, go ahead to the next. We'll hear.
All right. No, they asking, do you offer one-on-one? You are answering.
See. Well, I do. Yeah, if you go to flipman.net and tap the Flipman logo, the guy holding the cash with the red shirt on that says Flipman and not Unc, Flipman.
No, you tried them.
Huh?
You tried them. They just call you that because they like you.
I get it.
What you mean? That's a long time.
I get it. But
it's been a long time.
Hey, but do this there, Uncle Flipman. As long as you do that.
Well, they be saying that too.
Okay.
They be saying that too.
Well, we can do that. We can use that or whatever.
Yo, y'all better put respect on his name, I guess.
Yeah, that's right. I'm like, baby.
Okay, this one came from Taryn Parham. He said, "Hey, Flipman, what formulas do you use to calculate an accurate ARV when calculating number for the cash buyers?"
Well, now don't confuse ARV with the formula to determine if you have a deal or not. Mm-hmm. ARV itself is you trying to figure out what's the the acronym stands for what's the synonym?
What's a synonym?
Ain't that a word?
Yeah.
What is that?
Synonyms mean the same. Antonyms mean the opposite.
Well, what's the acronym?
The acronym?
I thought it's the letters.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to make sure. I'm being proper here. All right. So, well, these girls spoiled, but Lord have mercy. Oh, how have I operated without them? But the acronym for ARV is after repair value, which simply means what will the house appraise for? What will it appraise for once it's fixed up? How much would it be worth once it's fixed up, once it's been renovated, once it's been rehabbed? Now, what he's probably asking me is the formula that a lot of people use. You can go to Dilapidated.com on my shirt. And I have a free calculator there that actually goes through that formula with you. So I don't have to say anymore. Just go to Dilapidated.com on my shirt and use the calculator.
All right. Al Wimberly on Facebook said, "Where can I find a good title company from in California?" Or I'd be so tired of people calling you. Or can I use a title company out of California?
That her name on it? What is it? Oh, you know, your phone been doing that? When people call, it ain't in your phone, and a name will come up behind
It'll
it?
be like maybe Mary or like maybe.
No.
something.
Mine actually pull up people's name now. It pulls up people's name that, you know, and a lot of times that ain't their name. And sometimes it is, you know. I'm just saying.
And then when I answer the phone,
Who
like,
you with? What service you with?
T-Mobile.
Okay.
When I answer the phone, they be like,
Okay.
have you paid your car insurance? Or like,
oh.
or it'd be like, is your name on the student loan forgiveness program list?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Mr. Al Wimberly, he asked, where can I find a good title company in California, or can I use a title company out of California?
Well, normally where the property is located is normally where the title company or closing attorney will be. But to answer your question, the simple thing you can do is go to Facebook. You can go to my Facebook group, Wholesaling Real Estate with the Flip Man, and ask the question, what title companies are wholesaler friendly in whatever the name of the city is, right, or county? Or you could just go to a Facebook group that's local, a wholesaling Facebook group that's local to that city, to that market, and ask the same question. It's called networking, man.
All right, the guy that asked about the cold calling advice, he said, I was trying to get the seller to agree on a price, but I don't think I'm efficient through the phone.
So one person?
Yeah. So he just wants some advice on how
Well,
to
the first problem is you only call one person, right?
Yeah.
You look, okay. Maybe I need to lower your expectations on cold calling, and you'll let you know you're doing a great job, right? Number one, you were fortunate to even get somebody to talk to you.
Somebody answer the phone.
No, well, let's start there. You're right, Jessica. I'm sorry. Well, no, even before that, you referred to the numbers even working.
Right.
Number two, somebody answered the phone. Number three, they were even willing to talk to you, period. Number four, they were willing to talk to you about actually selling. Number five, you know what I'm saying? You got all the way to number 5. So you did excellent. You know what I'm saying? So maybe you need to brush up on, you know, what questions should be asking. So now we're there because you got all the way to number 5, right? So number one, so I can bypass everything else. So you in the process, if they talking about even selling it, so now you just collecting information on the property. And at that point, you may want to ask them, hey, I know I called you, but why would you consider selling it? You know, whatever. So you're just trying to see what their real motivation may be. So they go into that, then you just ask them the question, paying all cash and closing quick, what's the least amount you'll accept for it as is. Now, if they don't want to give you a price, well, you called me. They say, well, let me call you back. I need to give me 5 minutes to research because I call a lot of people, and I'll call you back with a fair offer or whatever. So now you do your numbers, call them back, boom, there you go. Use that same calculator on my shirt at Dilapidated.com.
And I was about to say,
You've done beautifully for one call. You're almost 100%.
Give yourself your flowers.
Yeah, give yourself your flowers. Your brow bushes.
Okay, this one came from Greg Black on YouTube. He said, when comping, what's a good plus or minus range for square footage?
2,500 square feet. I'm sorry, for the house, 200 square feet. For the lot size, 2,500 square feet up or down.
Cool. Okay, Brandon Collins said, does your contract have a part in it about due diligence?
Yes. See.
Okay.
What's the French word for yes?
Oui.
I think that's because the only word you know besides French fry.
Oui. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Anybody out there know the French word for yes? Please, we have a smart audience out there. Oh, these girls are failing me on this topic.
Whatever. Oh, I bet you it's right. Why you playing?
Oh, well,
I bet you it's
Spanish,
right.
We know what Spanish is. I know what Spanish is. So we're trying to get the French word.
Okay. Frost Fiction says, shout out to the Flip Man. Lady K from YouTube said, hey, Ty and his team. Not a question. However, I have been learning from your channel for at least 2 months. Now I think I'm ready. So thank you so much for the free content.
There you go,
That's
baby
great.
girl. Hey, she said for 2 months, she's been grinding on that information. She said she's ready. I don't know if you got a stimulus check or not, But if you do, you surely are ready.
Okay. P.
said
Thomas
show.
said that the only comps he found for a possible deal was 3 miles. That's about 6 minutes away. What do you think?
Those are not comps. You can't use that.
Okay. Chocolate Ruby said, can I use addresses
Well-
on PropStream to
Well,
start?
let me say this.
Okay,
You're
sorry.
not going to have any buyers for that. You might use that comp, but you're not going to have any buyers for that. It's letting you know you're not going to have any buyers. But what's her name? Chocolate
Ruby.
Okay.
She said, can I use address on PropStream to start?
not
Like,
sure what
can
you-
you type addresses in or?
If you could be Chocolate Ruby, if you could be a little more clear for us, darling, I'd be happy to
Oh,
answer
she
that question.
did. Okay, I had to scroll down. My bad.
Okay.
She said, if PropStream don't have the phone number, can I use the address to send them notice?
Oh, a letter. Oh, yeah. You can use the mailing address and their name to send them some in the mail asking about selling. If you're doing a small number, send them FedEx or UPS. It'll be worth the money, because the hardest thing to get done when you're doing direct mail is getting your message read. Most people sort their mail over the trash can.
Okay, this one came from YouTube from Ray. He said, should I get started with the title company before trying to get a house under contract? And once again, I don't have a DBA or LLC, so I'm just using my name. He's asking.
No, you don't worry about a title company because you can do all of that and then you have a deal and the buyer, he doesn't want to use them. He doesn't have a relationship with them. They're paying the closing costs. They're bringing the money to the table. In a lot of cases, they're going to dictate who closes the deal or whatever. So don't worry about a title company. That's the least of your words. Getting a deal. But yeah, closing in your name is fine on a deal or two. It won't kill you if you don't have the money to set up an LLC or whatever.
All right, a couple people on Instagram asked about your coaching. Where can I get your coaching?
Yeah, you can go to flipman.net. That's .net. That's .net. Flipman.net, and you can tap the logo and you can see the pricing there. Currently, that's the price. That's going to change here soon. We got some other stuff we're about to do.
All right, this is on TikTok. Sellers aren't responding to text messages I send, and I'm too nervous to call. Any advice?
How many texts have you sent? We have to know that first before I can answer the question. And how are you sending the text messages?
All right,
hopefully you're using text to flip. How much time what we on? Oh, okay.
All right, this is on Instagram. Is it okay to place your bandit signs next to someone else's bandit signs?
Wendy's right here. McDonald's right there.
Enough said.
And both sell hamburgers.
Don't y'all get him started.
Pizza Hut. Papa John's. Hey, both sell pizza.
All right. Forex Credit on YouTube said, I'm a new wholesaler, but I don't currently have a laptop. Can I just use my phone for the deals?
Well, yes, the internet has not always existed, but wholesaling has. It would make it a lot easier to do certain things with a laptop or whatever, but definitely, smartphones are very, very powerful. They say a smartphone is more powerful than the computers used to assist in putting a man on the moon. That's what they say now. I may have that wrong or something like that. So they're more powerful. Meaning that the capacity and the things that they can do, capable of doing. It took a room the size of this whole, not just our space, this whole just computer just to accomplish that. But a smartphone would have, been able to do the same thing in retrospect, just comparison.
True.
That's what I think I've heard.
That's
before.
cool.
But to answer your question, yeah, you can handle that business.
And don't forget about the queens in the background doing the math for them.
That ain't a true story.
That is a true story. Try us again. Try us again during this Women's History Month. Okay.
Why they gonna get us a shorter month?
I don't know. That's another thing I need to go Google and read about.
Yeah.
Shiva Davis said, "Hey, I'm catching the live. Thank you for being excited."
Oh, that's what's up, Sheila.
Glenn Nelson said, how can I get a good realtor to help me wholesale deals? Child.
Well, let me ask you, what role will the agent play for you? What benefit are they going to bring to you? That's what I want to know, because I don't know one.
Sheba Davis said, I've been watching all your videos for a week and I'm starting ASAP. She said she's working on deals already.
Do it, Sheila.
All right.
That's
I'm here for that.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. Being grind and stat.
Where the money reside. Marcus J. Jackson said, do you have videos on wholesale for probate property?
YouTube search Flipman probates.
Okay. Frost Fiction Live said, when evaluating a property, is your offer 70% ARV or 70% ARV plus the estimated repair cost? And when do you mention that price change to your seller?
It's ARV times 70% minus repairs minus your fee, right? If you go to YouTube, look up Great Flipman Calculator. And then if you go to Dilapidated.com, on my shirt, I have a calculator there to figure that. What was the second part of that question?
When do you mention that price change to the seller?
I'm not sure what you mean, price change.
Like, I guess, because he's saying when you evaluate the property, is your offer 70% ARV or is it 70% ARV plus the estimated repair costs?
Well, you don't explain that to the seller. That's just what you know going in. That's where you need to be. And so you're going to negotiate with the seller accordingly.
Also, the French word for yes is we. Thank you so much.
All right, this is on Instagram.
The German word for yes.
Oh my God.
Now I need the German.
For yes, but I know it for no.
Well, what is it?
Nine.
Huh? Spell it.
They just put you on the spot.
What's the German word for yes?
Anyway, on Instagram, did you say on comps if there's not any comps within 3 miles, there are no cash buyers?
Yeah.
So why?
Let me explain that. I'm sorry. A lot of times I'll just say yes or no to stuff, and it needs an explanation.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me put you in the mind of an appraiser. Generally speaking, when an appraiser goes out, there's some basic stuff. There's more to it, but these are the basics. All right, they're trying to find houses that are similar in size, meaning square footage, lot sizes that are similar in size, the size of the lot, the year built, as closest to the year built of your property as possible, and the distance those two properties are close to each other. What I'm talking about is what other properties have sold for. They're looking for something to compare it to, and then they're looking for something that was in really good shape to get the higher end of the market as far as pricing or whatever. So they like to stay as close as possible. Generally speaking, a mile is what they really don't like to go beyond a mile radius of the property. Ideally, a block or two are on the same block. So now we're talking about 0.1, 0.2 miles or whatever. So 3 miles, just like, unless it's just in a rural area or something, it's just out of the question. So if you're looking at a property and you don't see a comp for 3 miles, you're not going to have any buyers because there are no transactions. It's just simple math. No comps, no buyers, period. For wholesaling. Now you want to do something else with the property. I'm talking about for wholesaling. That's the name of this show here, wholesaling, real estate.
All right, someone asked, what's your YouTube?
It ain't on. See that? See that? You listen to these jokers. They listen. Man, I work hard to create this. Just all you gotta do is just YouTube Flipman, or you can YouTube on my shirt. See you later, and my stuff gonna pop up. You'll see my logo, the guy holding the cash, red shirt with Flipman on it. So just YouTube search Flipman. It's gonna pop up.
All right, this is on Instagram. Flipman, do you think you will be a landlord in the future?
Commercial.
All right, this is on TikTok. Do you have a real estate real estate license, and should I get one?
I couldn't pass the test. So let's establish that first of all. So that's a no.
You could.
If you're trying to wholesale real estate or be a real estate investor, having a license can be a benefit as long as you're an investor first, and the agent is just and having a license is just a tool, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you'll do all this marketing, and most of the people you talk to, they're not going to be deals for wholesaling, but some of those could be transitioned over into listings where you could pick up that petty 6%, but it's still money or whatever. So, what? Somebody?
No, they said that when they see me buy house signs, I take them down to a place of mine. Is that illegal?
Would that
What state you
sign?
live in?
Hey, I don't. I ain't gonna say never did it, but I ain't gonna say I ain't never did it. As Jessica like to do, but ideally, if it's room for mine, I'm gonna put mine up there, either below or above.
Now, see, here's the thing. I see some all the time, like in Tarrant, that's toe up.
Well,
So
yeah,
I feel like if they toe up,
yeah. They make
I am making the
Oh, yeah,
area look better.
Yeah,
Taking them down.
Yeah.
Put yours on top.
Yeah. They didn't gave up. Trust me.
Right.
they already gave up. So yeah, but ideally you don't want to get in the habit of taking folks' signs down. It's enough money out there for everybody.
Yeah,
Or
don't
whatever.
be like that.
Again, I've done it before, but it normally like just sparingly. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no habit that I have done of the people that do it for me do. You know, that's against the rules.
All right. Jason Smith from YouTube said, keep it coming. I watch you all the way from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Charlotte.
Let's see.
If you just flew into an airport, that don't count that you done been to a place or not, does it?
If you just flew to the airport?
You know, like you have to do connected flight. That don't count. That doesn't count.
You've been there, but
I done connected in Charlotte a few times. Mm-hmm. So that don't count.
Nah, you ain't been.
So I done connected in Houston before, but that don't count. You know what I'm saying? But I've been to Dallas, and I've actually spent a couple of days in Dallas before. So.
Okay, so JJ from Facebook said, where can I get your contract, and does it protect if the buyer pulls out? Can I keep the down payment? And the second question is, how can I stop how can I stop the seller from finding another buyer once the contract is signed? That's what the contract's for. Legally, they can't find another buyer because you got the contract.
Oh.
You can find the contract by going to YouTube search Flipman 2021 contract. He explains how to fill it out, what to do, how to send it, etc., etc. And can you keep the down payment? They do keep the earnest money, right? If you actually find a buyer.
Yes. Yeah. If the buyer doesn't perform, you're supposed to keep that unless a clear title is not produced. Yeah.
Right.
But that girl, boy, she ready.
Cass said, Footman is a legend. Put some respect on that name. Period. Lord. Okay, Mia Bates said, what do you think? Foreclosure property is $50K owned, $10K lien. It needs a new roof, and the owner wants $5K. The ARV is $139. The property is good. It studs.
How much is the repairs? That was the 50K. What was the 50K number for?
50K owed.
Oh, he only wants 5, so he wants 55 for it.
Mm-hmm.
And so let's say this 139.
Mm-hmm.
So 10 is 14, 28, 42. So that's at 90. So that's at 90. We'll just say 9. Let me see. 42. So we'll just say, wait a minute. We'll say we're at 95 basically. I don't know what the math is. And so they're at 55. And it says get it. Yeah, so that see, even if it's 1,000 square feet, that's minimum 40 grand to fix it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And she said it needed a roof.
Oh yeah. No, the numbers don't work, baby girl.
Yeah.
On that, you know. But what you could possibly do, see, that's where a subject to deal may come in at, because it sounds like he just wants out.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So so now somebody can get into it easy. That's where subject to or lease option or whatever, give him his $5,000. You know, somebody got a house, then they got to put the work into it or whatever. So, and then depending on what the rental area is in that market, what the monthly payment is on that $50,000 or whatever. So yeah, it still could be an opportunity, not a wholesale cash deal per se.
All right. So this one came from Facebook user. It says, is closing with attorneys different than closing with companies? I'm in Georgia, an attorney state.
You mean closing with title companies?
Yeah.
I guess what he means.
Yeah.
No, it's no different. It's no different. Yeah, if you want to ask your question live, you can go to flippinar.com. That's Flippinar, Flippinar, flipping without the G, add an AR.com. And you can get pushed to the front of the line with your questions and on the live stream.
All right, this is on Instagram. If there are no bandit signs in my area, more like the county, should I go crazy and I guess put them all up?
He said in the county they have signs?
No, there's no bandit signs nowhere in his area. Should you go crazy and just?
I wouldn't go crazy.
Take it light.
I would put out about maybe about 10 or 15. See how long those stay up. If they stay up, if at least 10 of those stay up, then I'll put out more or whatever. Put out another 15. You know, just keep compounding. Wait about a week or whatever, and then yeah, you know, the world may be yours wherever you are.
What should I do to contact more buyers? That's on TikTok.
What should you do to contact more buyers, or do you mean sellers?
They said buyers.
I know they said buyers, but but they mean sellers. I'm not sure what. I'm not. Yeah, you got to be well, that's a direct question. I sort of have to know why what's your purpose? Trying to build a buyers list. If that's the case, then some simple ways to do it. You try to find what auctions are going on that are publicized, where people are actually standing outside, go pass out your cards or your information in network. You can reach out to, well, you can actually build a cash buyers list using Dilapidated, aka PropStream, on my shirt. And you can reach out to them by mail, phone, or text, or whatever. Technically, other wholesalers could be access to buyers or whatever. And if you have a property on the contract, one of the best ways to build a buyer's list is, if you have a great deal, is just marketing your deal. Facebook groups, Facebook Marketplace, LinkedIn groups, Craigslist, Realtors, Real groups, bandit signs, Google Sell My House Fast, and the first 2 pages, and the name of the city. First two or three pages of results will normally be real players, wholesalers, and some cash buyers in your market. I was at Publix last night. A dude, I had my mask on or whatever.
No. You said you did or you did?
I did.
Oh.
This guy was just waiting while I came out. He said, "You a YouTuber?" I like, yeah. I guess you could say that. He said, "Yeah, man. He just told me, he wholesales in Atlanta and he buys properties here for rentals here in Birmingham or whatever." So I thought that was interesting. So he didn't say either, but he didn't know what my name. He didn't remember. He just recognized me or whatever. So.
All right, this is on Instagram. How long should I attack a list before I get a deal?
He said what?
How long should I attack a list before I get a deal?
Well, it depends on how big the list is. I guess he means how many times should he keep calling it. Well, it also depends on you mailing to that list, or you direct mail, or you texting, or a combination of them. Because you can do, you can do a combination of things with it. So the people that are saying no, don't call me no more, that's easy to remove those. The people you never contacted, you may have to reach out to them a different way. And the people that are sort of on the fence, or people that gave you a price is just too much, you may want to reach out to them 2 or 3 months later, because the situation may have changed to turn them into now a motivated seller, not just a seller or whatever. So it's just going to depend on what phase of your list that that individual is some of the individuals on the list are in will determine how often you contact them, and again, the method that you may do something different than before or whatever. So I didn't really answer the question because it's sort of hard to answer that because there's just so many ways to manipulate a list as far as target. That Red Bull work?
Mhm.
Good. That's why I got them. I got them especially for
Your heart gonna start.
Don't see, you ain't got to explain the Starburst.
Stop. I have one every now and again. All right, this is on Instagram. I have deal letter. Is there any reason to have a deal machine as well?
Well, you got McDonald's, you got Wendy's. If you're in Wendy's, they're gonna say you have no reason to go. We want fries, we sell them. You want hamburgers, we sell them.
Right.
Chicken McNuggets. So no, to answer the question, no.
All right, this is also on Instagram. If you have a realtor license,
Chicken nugget. They don't sell chicken McNuggets at Wendy's. They sell chicken nuggets
where?
at Wendy's.
Oh, Wendy's. Oh.
All right.
Y'all
There you
getting
go.
hungry, huh?
Oh, we finna take care of that rent in the future. You there? They don't serve salads at the place.
You
we
just
going?
drunk a Red Bull. That is not healthy.
She was trying to just function. They don't sell salads at the place we going.
A salad? No, I don't think so.
Salad?
But I'm saying I don't think they sell salads anyway.
You make me feel bad. We go somewhere. I ain't, you know what I'm saying. But anyway, go ahead.
All right. This is on Instagram. If you have a realtor license, would it be easier to find any properties?
You know, I personally like to eat a salad before I eat some of the slop I eat. I'm saying so we maybe me and you'll get a salad before we go in there.
Okay.
You think they'll let us carry it in there with us? Well, no. What a salad would do the way I eat a salad, because I'm not gonna put any dressing on.
Put no dressing on.
I ain't gonna put no dressing on that fiber, right?
Uh-huh.
Those mix of raw vegetables. Number one is gonna fill you up, and so I'm really just tasting the stuff I probably shouldn't be in.
Y'all don't know this, but Ty eats like raw grass.
I don't really like salad. I don't like it, but I just feel like I have to consume a certain amount of just raw vegetables or whatever, And some days are better than others. Obviously, you can look at me and tell me I'm not.
Don't do that, because they get on here all the time and tell you losing weight.
Yeah, that don't. What that mean? Yeah, what that mean? So anyway, next question.
Anyways,
Boy,
I can't keep.
Y'all don't want me to get skinny as I want to get. Boy, I ain't gonna be. I'm gonna be hard to handle.
Oh my god.
Cover Jet magazine. Jet magazine even exist?
I think it's online now. They don't make physical magazines.
Oh, they ought to kill it on They got a Jet Instagram.
I have no idea. They should still be doing the beauty of the week just for nostalgic purposes.
Yeah, you got to do the beauty of the week.
Come on,
you know what I'm saying? Come on now.
Yeah, how do they even? Come on.
So you look up on your phone. Oh, you ain't got Instagram, do you?
Whoa.
Wait, they don't even know which one I'm talking to.
Well, it ain't like they can look you up.
Look it up real quick.
Okay, why she doing that?
Yeah, why she doing that?
Lydia Stevenson said, "Hey, Flip Man, I'm planning to flip my neighborhood by buying adjudicated property and using different exit strategies, new construction, rehabs, gardens. How can I talk to investors to help? I probably totally killed that word.
I don't know what adjudicated means.
It sounds like she's just trying to, buy the block up and fix it up, make it look
okay,
nice.
Yeah, okay. Maybe that's another word for vacant property.
Uh-huh.
What happened? Just look up Jet magazine.
I did. It says this birth June 1st, 2020.
Oh, maybe they didn't. They're gonna.
Oh, they trying to come back. So, okay. So ain't they got their social media symbols down there at the bottom? Go back up.
Let me see. No, I don't think they have one because I just.
Okay, so they got Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram.
Okay, that's what's up.
Okay.
Look up adjudicated. Adjudicated. I'm sorry, adjudicated. It's
Adjudicated. That makes more
what
sense.
is that right there?
That's Justine Scott. That's not the beauty of
Oh,
the week.
okay.
Y'all, let me close up Instagram.
Adjudicated. Look up adjudicated property. I want to know what that means. I think I know what it means, but let me see. If I'm dead wrong.
While we doing that, Miss Sheba Davis, I'm gonna add you to the stream. Let me take the banner out. Okay. Hi.
Hey.
Hey, what's happening? You representing Jet Magazine?
I wish, baby. If I could be able to do that, I would.
What's happening?
Nothing much. I just wanted to tell you thank you for everything. I'm the one that commented. So I've been watching all your videos for a week. So I already have cash buyers. I actually have a network of cash buyers. So I have a couple of reels. Right now I'm working on a 13 house portfolio deal. So you have equipped me with more than enough information, but I do have a couple questions. I'm on the road. I own a trucking company too. I'm in my truck, as you can see. So I'm a hustler. I'm from New York. I go get it. So my question is, working with other wholesalers, like let's say, for example, because I'm in a few wholesaling groups on Facebook, if they post a deal, being as though I have a network of cash buyers, it's a little bit easier for me to come up with the capital than the houses. So working with other wholesalers, because I heard you say that it's sometimes frowned upon. So how would I do that? Because I have more money than property. So
that's a good problem. All right, so ideally, reach out to the wholesaler, right? See if the property is still available. Let them know you possibly have a buyer for them. How do they want to split the deal? Do they want to just the price that they're asking? Do they want that price? And whatever you make above it, fine, or do they want to split it 50-50, which means you would need to go on the contract for it at the same price they have their property on with the seller. So, and once that happens, I don't personally use JV contracts. Since you're on that side of the buyer, I'm going to treat the wholesaler as a seller. And if they just give me a price, I'll put it on the contract for that price, and then with my buyer at a higher price, and I get the difference, and they get the difference between you and them and the seller or whatever.
Right.
So, so it's really that simple. So, some will be with it, some won't. Like with anything, most won't, but enough will, or whatever. So, did I answer your question?
Yes. Also, I have another thing, because I am also, being as though I have a lot of these, I'm going to start accessing. I'm going to get better with finding properties. And once I get them under contract, I think, first of all, I think it's great that you offer 50-50 when we do submit deals in the event that you accept them. So thank you for that, because I think that's more than gracious. But while doing that, I just wanted to give you guys the heads up, because I'm kind of transient. So being a trucker, I'm in more than one state. So just don't be alarmed if some of my deals are in Dallas that I'm submitting, some are in Indiana, because I'm like a moving piece. So I pretty much will be in every state at some point throughout the year.
Oh, wow.
So if I find deals, I'm just going to be submitting them. Yeah, I think that I'm really fortunate in that way. My kids are older. I'm a grandma now. So I'm an empty nester. So I just kind of picked up. I can just be on the road for months at a time. So yeah, I just didn't want to alarm you guys if they're all in different states, because I'm gonna kind of be everywhere. Like right now, I pulled over on the highway. I'm in between Arizona and California. So.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. You're not playing. Okay. That's obviously it's an 18-wheeler that you're rolling in.
No, thank God. No, thank God. I only do box trucks. So right now I'm in a 16-foot. The biggest I do is 20. But I have I have some high-end furniture stores. I'm from the DFW area in Texas. So they're in that area. They contract me privately, and I just hop on the road and deliver their stuff. But I do, now everywhere I go, I see dollar signs. So if I see, I thank you. I'm so grateful for the people that ask those questions. Because if I see signs, I'm going to throw mine right on top of them too. Because I believe that people that's going to see mine, are going to be attracted to mine. I'm not really, it's enough out here for all of us. But yeah, so I'm pretty much, and also I have another question. So let's say I wholesale a deal, and because with this 13 property deal, a few of them are vacant, and I'm looking to convert them into group homes. So let's say I submitted a deal to you, right? You bought it. In the end, if my company wanted to rent that property, like how do you get rid of them? Like once you buy them and renovate them, how do you then put them back on the market?
Well, now keep in mind that the only thing that we're doing once you submit it to Dilapidated.com is we're just placing a buyer with it or whatever.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's not like we're buying them and then we're just wholesaling them back out. But we're taking
Oh,
a
okay, cool.
we're just basically taking advantage of the network that we have with a bigger outfit or whatever, which is Keegler actually. So, but just on the deal, like, well, let me just say that if that's your intent, then when you start doing your own marketing to generate leads, um, there will be some opportunities where the deal doesn't. Well, we just went over one. They wanted $5,000, but he owes 50, so he really wants 55,000. So in a situation like that, that may be someone that actually just wants out the deal, give them 5,000. They'll either deed it over to you in the subject to or do a lease option. So now that's an opportunity that you can gain ownership of a property and do whatever you want to, such as a group home, after you do your
Right.
renovations. So those opportunities will present themselves if you do enough marketing. As a matter of
Okay,
fact,
cool.
it'll be more of those opportunities to present themselves than actual property that you can wholesale for cash or whatever. So the opportunities will be there if you just do a certain amount of marketing to do that, where you can basically pick up properties for nothing that you'll actually get
Right.
ownership of or some form of through owner financing or whatever.
And
So
that was like the title two, like creative financing.
yeah, it's just the owner's acting as the bank, basically in a nutshell. So you
Which
don't
is
have any
awesome
lender or
because
anything involved.
yeah, and somebody on my team, I was fortunate enough. I have all those resources. So even on a deal like that, somebody on my team actually prefers to do title twos. So I really did luck up and become extremely fortunate. But I joined. I'm about to hop back on the road. I really just wanted to say thank you because without your videos, I would not have had the confidence to like jump out there and just get it going. I started my LLC this week. Like I literally from the point of watching your videos, I'm incorporated this week and I'm not playing. Like I'm getting these deals done. But without your confidence, like without you exuding and giving me all this information, I really would have been stuck. And I just wanted to encourage all the other people that are asking these questions that you've already answered, to just not let analysis paralysis get them stuck and trapped in inactivity, because I've literally been watching your videos for less than 7 days and I'm already incorporated and I've already been on the phone with several agents and several wholesalers that have these deals on the table. So don't, I think that they shouldn't take this channel for granted. I just want to be an encouragement, but thank you so much. Thank you so much for everything. I really appreciate you. And as soon as I get on, I'm looking for my interview because I'm going to nail my first deal in 30 days.
All right, hey, let's get it. Hey, be careful out there, and I really appreciate you joining us.
Thank you so much. Y'all have a blessed day. Thank y'all. Take care.
You do the
Thank you. You
same.
too. Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Hercules.
Black excellence and a woman on this Women's History Month. Period.
I hope they can hear. I hope Instagram and TikTok can hear that. I meant to tell Jessica to turn it up a little bit, but I did.
All right, this is on Instagram. How long should you try to negotiate with a seller before you move on?
Oh, well, number one, I'm assuming you all talking price. If it's a situation where they're asking 150 and you need to be at 70, you're a long way from where you need to be or whatever. Nothing, offers are free. That's not on my shirt today, but offers are free or whatever. So ideal, I'm not going to waste a lot of time if we're that far apart or whatever. So it's just going to be a case by case situation or whatever. The closer you are to your number, though, the more you need to follow up maybe every couple of months. If you're only like $20,000 away from your number, that may be doable, to get them down to where you need them to be over time or whatever. So just depends.
Okay, this is also on Instagram. How long does it take to train a VA? The time and then the cost.
Well, a lot of VAs have already had experience well, number one, you don't even want to fool with a VA unless they've already had experience with real estate and mainly wholesaling. So now it's just you just training them on how you do it or whatever. No more than a week, but it still boils down to just how many hours you're putting in with them or whatever. I would try to use as many YouTube videos and record you can use Loom. That's a free screen capturing service. You just record it and it creates a link immediately. You can send that link. That'll do a lot, explaining how you want things done or whatever. You can Zoom with them, so on. So it shouldn't take no more than a week in most cases. Then some of it's still going to be trial and error. Once they actually start doing it, you're going to have to correct some things, add on, tell them not to do this or whatever. So it's a process to get them where you want them to be or whatever.
All right, this is also on Instagram. So does he offer 50-50 deals in Alabama or anywhere?
Anywhere, anywhere. It's decent sized city. Yeah, anywhere.
Okay. All right, someone said, you girls do your job, keep him in line. I love it.
They were, thank you. They were called the computers. Because they was doing the math so good.
That ain't true.
That is true.
It's not a true story.
That is definitely a true story.
Google it.
That's definitely a true story. Get out. Okay, well, none of us be on this earth without a woman. To get banned. Keep on.
Oh, they are? Okay, let me get out of the way.
Yeah. Why you doing that? I'm gonna read another question and tell me something that ain't true.
Man, that screen is wide. I mean, this thing is wide.
Okay, Darian Laster from YouTube said, how should I contact more buyers?
We sort of went over that.
We kind of went over that.
Yeah, we went over that.
Okay. Mindsight Property Solutions said, what's up, Flipman and team? Question, what's the difference between wholesale and wholesale? Or is it a difference? I appreciate your knowledge.
Wholesaling is maybe you go out, it's a property that's vacant and the grass has grown up. You know what I'm saying? You may just go in, cut the grass, clean the house up. That's considered wholesaling or whatever. You may even go to the extent of just paint the outside of it just to make it look
better.
curb appeal or whatever. So that's
and then wholesale it.
And then wholesale it.
I got you. I was thinking something else. All right. Laura Hudson said, I'm in the process of getting a contract seller, doesn't live in the Ham. The lot in Mulga size is 0.29. Don't know how much to sell it for.
What's the zip code? I don't know, you want to give the address, of course, but
yeah.
What's the zip code? If the seller doesn't live in Birmingham, you love out of town sellers.
Yeah.
And out of town buyers.
Submit it to comps101.com.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. If it says it's in they ain't got it under contract, so it didn't matter. Just sort of. What was the question? I don't even know what the question was.
She just said she's in the process of getting the
contract
seller. Yeah.
Okay.
How much do you sell it for? She's asking.
Oh, I wouldn't know without knowing the address.
Yeah. Okay. Allie Tobin said, have you tried batch dialer? I'm looking for a nice dialer to speed up my cold calling process.
I have a really good relationship with Batch, just the whole outfit. My man Jesse over there. But I hadn't tried batch dialer. I need to get it. So we don't do a lot of cold calling here. Mm-hmm. So that's probably why I hadn't dove into it or whatever. So that's why, but I'm sure it's top notch. That stuff normally is. So.
All right. Ray Charles says, should I line my buyers up before trying to find the deal or get a house under contract?
Should you do what?
Should you line your buyers up before trying to find the deal or get a house under contract?
Line the buyers up before trying to get a deal.
So should you know the buyer before you even have?
Yeah, where you buy that? Or that was already in here. Yeah.
I thought you bought it. It used to be on that table up there. I think you bought it. Yeah.
Well, when we moved in, she was, you know what I'm saying? You was here when we moved in. Yeah. So yeah.
Should you line up buyers before trying to find a deal or get a house under contract?
Nothing prevents you from doing both at the same time. Some people say do one over the other. I just say try to do both at the same time. But if you find a great deal without a buyer, The great deal will create the buyer's list.
All right. Chocolate Ruby said, what's the best app or website to use to get phone numbers?
YouTube search skip to flip. It's right here on the board. Skip to flip. All one word on YouTube.
All right. This one came from D'Angelo Cox on YouTube. He said, back again, Flip Man, aka Unc. He said purchase agreement. One for the seller, one for the buyer.
They ain't gonna do right, is it?
They just play with you. The buyer gives you a check for your fee and also gives the seller a check for the house. He's asking a question.
Oh no, it doesn't work that way. The buyer bring the money. They'll fund the deal through a title company or an attorney, and they cut it off their accounts and pay you and the seller.
All right. Edward from YouTube said, how can I find the owner of an abandoned apartment complex?
Well, it's really the same process as you would with a house. You got to figure out who owns it. Normally going to be attached with a mailing address. And so when you have that mailing address, if it's in someone's actual name, not an entity like an LLC or something, then you'll skip trace it or mail them something saying, hey, I want to buy your building or your property. So same way.
Okay, Lee from YouTube says, should I start with abandoned, fire damage, and dilapidated properties for my first deals? Or is that more complicated than a good condition house? Are damaged properties good deals at all?
It's just when you're looking at properties that are vacant or abandoned or fire damaged or whatever, the likelihood of someone being motivated to sell is normally going to be higher than a house that's pretty. To sell cheap, I mean, right? So that's why. But you could target both. There's no reason not to target both. I'm just saying that's why people like to focus on vacant houses because or properties that are obviously in need of repairs because normally a lot of times there's a high percentage of those sellers that may be motivated to sell cheap enough for you to wholesale it, right? Oh, but we rolling here. Wait a minute. Let's get out of here. So go ahead with them. We'll
Well, you already answered this. He doesn't have a real estate license, but they said, how many times have you taken the real estate license exam?
Me?
Yeah.
0. I can't dunk. I ain't gonna keep trying. Same thing with the real estate exam. I can't pass it. Why would I try? I can't pass that. I can't pass that.
All right. This is on Instagram. How do you get in contact with the owner of the property without talking to the agent?
You don't want to do that. If it's listed, you want to talk to the agent because the owner hired the agent to do that for them. I'm not even going to tell you how to do that or whatever because they hired them to do that. They don't want to talk to you. They want you to talk to who they hired. And if you do reach them, guess what they're going to say? Oh, I hired an agent. You need to call them. Here's his number. Same thing. You don't want to do business like that, my man.
All right, I got
young lady.
We can knock them out.
Okay.
Let's see. Thank you, Alicia Hassan. She said you would totally pass the exam. You would. You can do anything you want to if you apply yourself.
Y'all don't know the amount of foolishness in my head that won't allow me to consume anything that I'm not interested in.
Okay, this you went through college.
You know how long ago and a different person I was then? I actually thought I needed that. and still barely passed it.
I feel you.
Took 7 years. Huh? Do I know French?
You know French. You smart.
Thank you for your time.
Let's move on. Gerald Rose said, how to make a spread on pre-foreclosure that owe more on it than it's worth.
It's not. That's unless they are short sell it and discount, there's nothing you can do with that.
Yeah. Let's see. She said, or Alicia Hassan said, I found a property and I need a buyer. What info do I need to submit to you to partner with you and your buyers?
Go to Dilapidated.com, go to the Send Deals tab, and just fill out the form. Choose your city, scroll down, choose your city, and the form will tell you what you need.
Okay.
Boom.
Not going to ask that one because I know you ain't going to answer it. This one's Shelly from the H. How often do you go live in a week?
Oh, what do we intend to do?
We intend to do 5 or
Well,
at least 4 days a week, because we don't go live in the
On
afternoon on Thursdays, because he does comps 101 and Fliptainment. But at the most, we try to go 4 times a week around, I'll say between 12 and 12:30, or maybe
Central.
Central time. That's usually our thing.
Yeah.
This one says, what's up, Flip Man? I recently found a property in Tennessee. The ARV is $255,000 and the repairs are $56,000. The property is 1,400 square feet. Do you think I'm wasting my time, or is this a good deal?
Well, if the ARV, you're not giving me you didn't tell me what you can get it for.
Yeah.
We don't know if it's a good deal. What price what's the selling price?
Okay, what's the difference between land lots and vacant property as far as profit?
I'm not sure what he means by that. It could be the same or more or less. Just like one house or sell for more than another. It's gonna be it's deal by deal. I'm not sure. He may have tried to ask something else, but the way it was presented.
All right, last one. This one came from John on YouTube. He said, just got my first deal done today, only made $1,000. But don't say it like that. You made some money. He said, we went to a notary and did a quick claim deed because the city I was in makes it hard to purchase without an occupancy permit.
What was the question? What was the question again?
It's not a question, it's a statement.
Oh.
He said he just got his first deal done today. He made $1,000. He went to a notary, did a quick claim deed. The city that he was in makes it hard to purchase without an occupancy permit.
Oh, okay. And they went for that? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, boom. $1,000.
I was only laughing at your reaction.
Yeah. I wasn't. Okay, boom. What's half a zero? $1,000, man, just fell out of the sky. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what's up. So hey, we about to go to Urban Smoke.
I'm gonna be fooling with y'all. I'm give me a green juice.
And hey, if you're on Instagram, follow us on TikTok. TikTok, follow us on Instagram. Please hammer the like button, share this, like it. If you think this will help someone, we appreciate everyone that watched today. You can submit your properties to comps101.com if you want to get them, give you an ARV on them. If you need a CRM, a customer relationship management system to manage your leads, create follow-up, create more deals, more checks, more smiles, have more babies, whatever you want to do. YouTube search Flipman CRM. You want a copy of the contract I've been using since 2003, been given away for free since 2008, been used all over this great country. YouTube search Flipman 2021 contract. If you want to partner with me because you need a cash buyer, you have the property under contract, you're dealing directly with the owner, it's a great deal, and it's off market. My definition of off market is what? If I Google the address, it's not advertised anywhere online for sale. You can submit that on my shirt.
Dilapidated.com.
Boom, dilapidated.com. What else we got?
If we didn't get to your questions.
If we didn't get to your questions, them girls bad. If we didn't get to your questions, you can always go to YouTube and on any of my videos, all 587 of them. I think that's where we at. You can post your question in the comment section of any video, and I answer those on a daily basis. I think I'm a day
This
behind.
is also in replay mode on Instagram, so you can ask on there too if you go back to watch it.
So if you're trying to learn this, you have no excuses because I give it all away on my YouTube channel. So you have nothing to lose when the knowledge and training is
free. Bye, y'all.
Flip man, flip man. It's the flip man. Flip man, flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash.